Hello, hello. Okay, I just read a discussion on, I think it is on WordPress, I forgot now where it was, or Blogger, I think they're all connected. And it's a discussion about anti-natalism and the F-wordism, whatever it is, F-lism. And I don't even know where this word comes from. Does it come from F words? Does it come from invented words? I don't know. Some kind of dream somebody had. I guess Gary came up with that word. So I don't know what made him come up with that. He doesn't talk to me, so anyway, but I would be very interested why he would come up with a word like this and what it means. And I don't know. I never saw any place where he explained what it means and why he came up with this word. So I find this discussion personally very thrilling, because I've been in those mental states throughout my life many times, and I'm glad that people are talking about it. I'm very glad about this. The whole thing that we have the internet and people are. Okay, I'm like in the garage right now, and my husband is going in and out through that very loud garage door. So, but I'm very interested in this discussion and what people have to say about these subjects. And I just wanted to add something, and I saw a couple of videos earlier made by a Buddhist. What was his name again? I forgot his name. Dog or something. I forgot. No. Very interesting sounding name. Sounds like Sanskrit. But yeah, I agree with most of what he says, and I have some thoughts that go even further, because I suffered so much myself, and that led me to think a lot about this subject, death and meaning of life. But it is pretty crystal clear what the meaning of life is. The meaning of life is feeling joy. That's all. Nothing else. End of story. You know, it's like, and so anybody who does not have joy, anybody who suffers, anyone who has depression, anyone who is unempowered, who has no motivation. I've been there. I have been so depressed, like that Buddhist guy said. I could not walk either. I've been that depressed. I have 2 suicide attempts behind me. I know what it feels like to be right at that edge, and that's why this subject fascinates me very much. I feel very nervous making this video, because I feel like I don't have a flow of thoughts, because I'm nervous, and I have the direct video camera on. I can't turn it off and back on, so I can only turn it off, and then I have to do the whole video new, and I don't want to do this, and I'm just talking like this without any notes. But what I wanted to say is that these people, the antinatalists, they get upset when other people say that it's caused by the depression, and that part I don't understand. I'm quite anti-natalist myself to a certain degree, and I certainly understand where they're coming from, but I don't understand why anybody would take offense to someone saying it is caused by clinical depression, because it is pretty obvious that it is caused by clinical depression. And what is depression? Depression is just, it's being unempowered, you know, not having art in your life, not having music in your life, not having joy in your life. You know, there are people in this world who, and this is not, I'm not judging anybody again, because I know how that feels when somebody says, you know, there are people who have physical conditions and they still make the best out of it. And I always used to say, you know, I'd rather switch places with the person in the wheelchair and not have the depression. I've said that so many times I can't count it anymore, and I cried and I got mad at people for saying this. But there are people who not only are in wheelchairs, there are people who have physical pain. So obviously they feel pain, they have a lot of pain reception going on. It's not that they're numbed out. So some people have pain, but they learn how to cope with it. They learn how to completely get rid of that pain and even heal themselves from any kind of physical situation, any kind of health problem. And it is possible. So what we need to do is we need to take fully charge of our lives. We need to go on the internet and not just watch videos for entertainment, but watch any kind of discussion, anything anyone has to say about holistic health, and any article that's out there about herbology and holistic health and empowerment and meditation and yoga. That's where we need to go towards. You know, it's definitely not the psychiatrist. I've been there too. It didn't work at all. It made everything worse, you know, for me. It almost ruined my health completely. It almost ruined my liver and my gallbladder and my kidneys. It was all completely overloaded by the toxins, and that's why I say this is not the path. Definitely not. And I don't think nanobots will be the path either. I think that any type of pharmaceutical, even robotic medication taken internally is going to have some real unforeseen horrific side effect that makes the individual suffer even more. And reminds me of that Outer Limits film where the guy tries out the nanobots and then he ends up breathing underwater and developing gills, and all kinds of horrific things are happening that are disfiguring him, and then in the end he wants to be destroyed together with the whole laboratory. And that happens, but he's already infected his girlfriend with the nanobots, and I just hope that this is not going to happen in the future. I really don't want that to happen. Why? You know, why this? It's this running away from the actual problems, which is pharma medicine. You know, that's running away from the actual problems. We need to face the actual problems. We need to ask the questions why. You know, why are we suffering? It's not just genetic. You know, it is genetic, but that's not the only problem. We need to ask the question, why are we suffering? You know, of course, some people are more sensitive than others. Some people they will develop depression much more rapidly than others. Some people have a higher pain receptivity than others. But it always comes back to the same question, and that is, what caused us to suffer? You know, it is always something very concrete in our environment. It's not biochemistry alone. I mean, the biochemistry is caused by the suffering. And then we say, oh, see, it's just chemical in nature. And that's not the case. I don't know how long I can make the video. I'm gonna click upload.